Yes, Mr. Abaza.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Shukr, alhamdulillah.
You spoke today about Ansar,
Today I spoke about the Ansar and the Muhajir.
how they were helping each other,
They were helping each other, yes.
but it went to the extreme of how they were helping each other.
They were helping each other a lot. Don't say Sahabis went to extremes. They never go to extremes. They only do what is according to their honor. To us, it's an extreme. To us, they're crazy. To them, it's faith. That's why the Prophet says, if you see the faith of the people of the Akhir Zaman, you're going to call them kafir. Saying to the Sahabis, you're going to call them kafir. Us. And if they were to see you, they're going to say you're crazy. Crazy. Yes.
So, what is the minimum for us?
Minimum?
That we should not.
Again, that is according to your honor, what your honor permits. What is the minimum and what is the maximum? It is a matter of love. When it's a matter of love, you say, I just have to do what I have to do. There is no minimum, there is no maximum. I just have to do what I have to do. Otherwise, my heart will burst. Otherwise, I'm going to go crazy. Otherwise, I'm going to die. Yeah. You understand? So, for us now, what is it? It is a matter of belief now. If you're saying, we're asking support, inshallah, from our master, our Shaykh, SahibulSaif, Shaykh Abdulkerim Kibrisi, Rabbani, inshallah, to send us something to inspire us to listen and to speak, to learn something. Because religion, it is advice. Deen nasihat. Religion, it is advice. Religion, it is advice. The Holy Prophet ﷺ came to give us advice. His inheritors, the awliya Allah, the friends of Allah. Shaykh Naksibendi, our peer, is saying, prophets, they give advice. We are not prophets. So we give sohbat. You see how delicate and how beautiful their manners are. They are the real inheritors. They give nasihat in a way that so many prophets, we may say, they were not successful in giving their nasihat, because so many prophets, they don't even have any followers to follow them. Everyone was rejecting them. On the day of judgment, you're going to see Allah saying, so many prophets, they don't even have one person standing behind them. And these ones, these king-size walis of the nation of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, like Shaykh Nakshibendi, like Sultan al-Awliya, like SahibulSaif, you see thousands, millions following them. So he's saying, prophets, they give advice. But we are not prophets, so we give sohbat. From the association, sohbat, you become someone who is associating with the divine. You become a sahabi. Don't think now you are going to be a sahabi. No. But we attend the sohbat. And it is not for nothing that Imam Faruqi Sirhindi, Mujadid al-Thani, Imam Rabbani, look, the name is there, Imam Rabbani. He is saying the Nakshibendi tariqat, it is a tariqat of the Sahabis. You understand? What were the Sahabis? You spoke about bayat. What is that bayat? that the Sahabis had with the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Our brother says, I'm ready to give the bayat, but I don't know what it is. I don't know how it's. We say, it is a bayat of Rasulullah ﷺ. When the Sahabi Kiram with the Prophet ﷺ, they were about to perform their Hajj, and they came from Medina, thousands of them. And the mushriks, they refused to open the doors of the Hajj, of the Kaaba, of the Mecca, to allow them in. Prophet sent Hazrat Osman to go to speak as a negotiator. This is another important part of Islam that they don't want to teach to us. Islam as politics. Islam as diplomacy. Islam as statesmanship. Because the Prophet ﷺ, he was a perfect statesman. Before prophethood and after prophethood. Before prophethood, he was such an extreme, delicate, sophisticated statesman, that he was able to stop all wars. When the flood happened and the Hajar Aswad came off and they wanted to put it back again, every tribe said, no, I want to put, no, I want to put, no, I want to put. And it says they came to him because he was known as Muhammad al-Amin. And it says, bring me a big piece of cloth. They brought it to him. Put the Hajar Aswad, which is a part of paradise. That's another ocean we're not going to enter into today. Putting it in the middle, and it says, now every leader of every tribe hold on to the cloth, and they all carried it there. Everyone got the honor. But the Prophet ﷺ himself put the Hajar Aswad back in its place, showing how sophisticated the mind of the Muslim must be. This is also a sunnat. There is also a sunnat. To have that level of intelligence. This is beyond worshipping. This is beyond saying what is right, what is wrong. This is beyond philosophy. This is understanding human nature. Because a statesman must understand human nature. The ruler must understand the nature of those whom he rules. So, they're not teaching these days. So people don't know how to balance it. But the Sahabi Kiram, Prophet ﷺ was showing them everything. Because whatever that he had to give is going to last the Ummah until Judgment Day. So he had to give. And to the one that he gave everything was Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh. There is also the diplomacy that you have to have that must be more sophisticated than your enemies. Because your enemy is always there to trick you. Shaitan is always there to trick you. What, on Judgment Day you're going to blame Shaitan and you're going to get away with it? No. You're not. No one will be. Because our job is not to get tricked by Shaitan. So Hazrat Osman was sent, and the Prophet ﷺ came with thousands. Then news came, they say they're not going to open the Mecca to make the Hajj for that year. Before that happened, Prophet ﷺ said to everyone, I'm your Prophet, I'm coming from Allah. Now you have to obey and you have to submit. And everyone will put their hands one on top of another, on top of another, on top of another. And the Prophet ﷺ put his own hand on top of his hand, saying this is representing Osman. And he's saying Allah's hand is above everyone's. And he's repeating that ayat that all Nakshibendi sheikhs from that time until today, they repeat. Then later the news saying they're not going to enter. They're not going to allow them to enter. Some of them, they got pretty upset, saying, no, what is this? And Prophet says, remember your bayat now. It is okay. We made that intention. Now we're going to cut the animal, come out from the, cut our hair, come out from Ihram, it is accepted as if we went to the Hajj. And what happened the next year? What happened the next year? They conquered Mecca without a single drop of blood. But this didn't happen last year. It didn't happen 100 years ago, where you say, oh, they took over their enemy and they took over their homeland without shedding one drop of blood. Name one incident that happened the past 100 years of the most civilized time in the history of mankind, let's say. Correct or no? 19th century, 20th century. Name one incident that there was no shedding of any blood, and you managed to take over your own place where you own, and your enemies are giving up. None. From that time until today. And when did that happen? In the 700s. Not 1,000 years ago. More than 1,000 years ago. There is something of a miracle that the Prophet is teaching. He's teaching now his ummah what is possible and what is not possible, what could be done, what should be done. It is from that so many others also who did not accept Islam, when they saw the beauty of Islam and the power of Islam, they started to accept. It's okay. That's human nature too. Don't start judging. But you have to be very slick and you have to be very intelligent, because the one who's tricked by his ego, there is no explanation for it. And so, you ask me, people of the Prophet ﷺ, they sacrificed, they gave up. And to us it is extreme. What is the minimum for us? Now it is a matter of the heart. What you are sincere of doing, what is minimum for you. Best if you consult with a Shaykh to see. Following you by yourself doing it, you might do it for the wrong reasons, wrong people, wrong time. That is not going to be any good. You do it properly, with consultation, and then even if you're helping a little bit, it is a lot. Inshallah. They were questioning Imam Azam about zakat. It's giving them explanation. So many things in Islam that modern world is still using is coming up because the Muslims are discovering things. So many times the Muslims are discovering things not because they just sit and they think, but because they're actually running to fix a problem. So they come up with new solutions to fix the problem. Algebra was for the division of property, inheritance. So they asked Imam Azam, Imam Abu Hanifa. There was somebody there in his company coming to listen, and he was a bit Wahhabi kind of thinking. And Imam Abu Hanifa was explaining, okay, this is the inheritance, this is that, explaining. And then somebody asked him, what is your way of dividing the inheritance? And he says, oh, my way, he says, my way, none of you can follow. And that person who was so anti-bid'ah, he's saying, aha, I'm catching him to something. He's trying to do something that is not the sunnah. And they ask him, what do you mean? Everything has to be according to the way of the Prophet. Now Abu Hanifa says, my way, it is according to the way of Abu Bakr Siddiq. It says, my mazhab, when it comes to inheritance especially, none of you can carry. For people, maybe 1/40th part. It says, me, I follow Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq. Did Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh look at 1/40th of a part? No, he didn't. And he gave everything. Like what we're speaking today after the Jummah. Let me say, especially Pakistanis. They say, oh, zakat, first you have to give zakat to your families. Say, mashallah. Yes, because Prophet ﷺ say, we're not going to dispute. There is a hadith that is for that. But what is the Prophet ﷺ, what did he do? Did he give his properties to his Ahlul Bayt? Did his Ahlul Bayt say, the property that we receive is only for our families? What did Abu Bakr Siddiq do? Did he have his wealth, did he leave for his wife and for his children? In fact, Prophet ﷺ was saying, what did you leave for your wife and your children? He says, Allah and His Prophet. So today, Muslims, they pick and they choose. Those calling themselves Ahlul Sunnah, they pick and choose. Those calling themselves Sufis, they pick and choose. Those calling themselves Wahhabis, they pick and choose. They can, because there is no Khalifa. There is no ruling Khalifa. There is no Khalifa with a sword. There is no Khalifa like Hazrat Umar when he was elected, when he was appointed by Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq. He sat. He took out his sword and he put it down. And he says, now it is obligation for all of you to listen to me. Who was he talking to? He was talking to Hazrat Ali. He was talking to Hazrat Osman. He was talking to Hazrat Abu Hurairah. He was talking to all those high-level Sahabis. He says, now you must listen. It is obligation. If you don't listen to me, I'm going to use that sword. I'm going to cut your neck off. Because now I have the obligation of Khilafat. That is a power. He's not going around to ask for everyone's approval. Now there is no power. Everyone is doing as they like. Islam is growing, yes, alhamdulillah. But it's not because of us. We're doing nothing. Even that crazy one, what's her name? What's her name? Who became Muslim? You know Shahid bhai? Shahid?
O'Connor?
Yeah. He became. Is it because the Muslims are giving da'wah? What is it that Muslims are doing in the lifestyle of the Prophet? That people are... It used to be, people came into Islam, non-Muslims, the enemies of Islam, they come into Islam looking at the manners of the Muslims, the manners. Just by the manners, they fall in love. They look at the architecture, they fall in love. They look at the culture of the Muslims, they fall in love. It's not too much. Those who have good manners, they're trying to destroy them. Who have all these beautiful manners? The poor people, not the rich people, the poor people. In all these Muslim communities, then they're dropping bombs on every one of them to try to destroy them. May Allah protect us, inshallah. May Allah protect the innocent. May Allah help us to protect our faith. May Allah make us to have more intelligence. May Allah make us to become more sincere and to wake up. May Allah send the Khalifa soon. May Allah make us to be ready. May Allah forgive me and bless you. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha.